I want to ask you a question. Who's coaching you? Who's asking you the tough questions? Who's telling you, man, you're the common denominator to all of your issues and challenges? Who's telling you, man, all day long you become the magnetic pulse that attracts to you both good and bad? I want to be your life coach. I want to be the one that cheers you on to the finish line. I want to be the one that you ask the tough questions. And it doesn't mean that I have all the answers, but that means that you have a partner, someone who believes in you, not the you see right now, but the you can't imagine, the you that you are to become, the you were destined to be. I always say we both need the positive and the negative. It's not enough to have the knowledge of the matter. We must have the wisdom as well. For wisdom settles it. And that's what I want to offer you as you join me on the Coach's Corner. I want to offer you the wisdom of the matter. Maybe it might be relationships, talking about our campaigns for more, for life, the dark room of our subconscious, our spiritual journey, whatever it is. I want to be there to encourage you, to build you, to challenge you, to cheer you on to the finish line. I'm qualified to do this. Why? Because I'm you.
Well, welcome to another edition of the Coach's Corner. My name is Marcus Sillett. Assuredly, as I approach the microphone, I have my own set of personal and professional issues, but I bring something unique to the table, and that is the wisdoms and the understandings from the scars that I have incurred along this journey called life. And I trust that you will allow me to earn the right to speak into your life. And I would be remiss if I did not thank you for your listenership and your support in advance. Today we're going to be talking about, in case of an emergency, Dail LWRLFSJ. That's right. We'll talk about what that means. But first of all, let me go into more detail. Thank you for those that are listening to me on Blog Talk Radio, Spreaker Radio, Spreecast, Voicecast, for those that are watching our web TV content, those that are watching and listening and have subscribed to us on YouTube. Thank you so very much for all of your support. We are extremely excited as we move forward with the growth, technologically speaking, in the online presence, and we are looking forward to making an exchange as we give you information. There's something today that we're going to ask of you as we move forward, because two of us that agree can make much more progress than one person alone. This is the Coach's Corner on SIBN Radio. And thank you again for joining us on today. Today, we are going to divert from our normal motivational, inspirational, spiritual, and so forth and so on session and talk to you today about becoming a bona fide supporter. First of all, in case of an emergency, I know that title sounds like it's crazy, but what we want you to do is very simple and simplistic, if you will. We want you, in case of an emergency, and this is an emergency, because two of us together can chase more than one of us alone. I'll say that again. Two of us together can chase more than one of us alone. I wanted to just divert, as I said, from the motivational, inspirational stuff to talk to you a little bit about our vision and how you can support us. There are many of you that are listening to us, first of all, on the newest platform where we air on Blog Talk Radio, and you have not followed us. Over 6,000, just about 6,000 listens on Blog Talk Radio. We've been on there for a couple of months now. Of course, we signed up for Blog Talk Radio last year, but we've been on there more consistently in the last month, not even 2 months, really. And we have logged 6,000 listens, but not one person has followed us on Blog Talk Radio. What is going on? If you like the content, if you Google the name, you know that we're here. We've been here. We're going to be here. And we need your support. And that's why we said this is an emergency. We need you to dial LWRLFSJ. What is that? Well, L is for listen. Wherever you see SIBN Radio, Television and Radio, powered by Select USA TV. We need you to listen. For some of you are listening to us on the Spreaker platform. Thank you so very much for your listenership. Some of you are listening to us on YouTube. Some of you are listening to us on Blog Talk Radio. Some of you are listening to us on Podomatic. Some of you are listening to us on iTunes. Some of you are listening to us on Spreecast. Some of you are listening to us on iBroadcast TV. Some of you are listening to us on Shoutcast Radio. Some of you are listening to us via 415-96radio.com. We're on multiple platforms, and I might have left out a few because I didn't go to the file cabinet to pull that folder out. So we need you to listen. The W stands for we need you to watch our content. Some of you have never been to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/user/select SALETTE Select USA TV. We have a beautiful YouTube channel there, and we have a lot of videos, probably well over 400 videos. We have uploaded more than 400, but the public is able to see at least 400 of those. I think we uploaded maybe a little bit over 500 videos over the last few years. And so, we want you to go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel and watch us there. We got some new content that's going to be going up almost every other week now that has not aired on the radio. So we want you to listen. That's the L. We want you to watch. That's the W. Subscribe to us right there, our YouTube channel. And once again, youtube.com/user/select USA TV. Also, we want you to read. We want you to read our content. We've got some blogs. We're going to be blogging a little bit more. But one way that you can read our content is to send me a friend request on Facebook. My Facebook personal page is facebook.com/Select USA, SALETTE USA. And you'll see some of the quotes that we send up. And some of the notes that we put up, pictures that we put up that have motivational sayings and inspirational thoughts, original from the coach, not something copied, not something that we just read somewhere, even though occasionally we may even do that. Also, you can read my personal page to keep up with what we are doing, such as we just got back from a beautiful trip in Florida, and took some beautiful pictures there. And so if you want to be a friend of mine on Facebook, what you need to do is go to facebook.com/Select USA, SALETTE USA. All right. And then we need you to like us. Like us on Facebook. Many of you have been listening to us, and you did not know, for some of you did not know, that we have a fan page for every show we produce. We have a fan page for every show that we produce. Now I don't have the list of all the fan pages, but the one I want to call your attention to is the Coach's Corner on SIBN Radio. So you go to Facebook, you put in DA space COACH Corner, the Coach's with an S Corner on SIBN Radio, and like our page. It's just when you do these things, these are we're building analytical data globally, and so that we can continue to try to get sponsors, bring interns on, be able to pay out stipends and other things that we're going to be doing in the future. So I want you to, by all means, like the Coach's Corner radio page. It's the Coach's Corner on SIBN Radio on Facebook. And if you get lost, all you got to do is send me an email. Send me a personal email at marcusselect@gmail.com and say, hey, I would like you to send me a link to that personal page if you can't find it there on Facebook. Okay, I want to go to Facebook. Really, let me just stop, go to Facebook, and actually make sure that is the correct link excuse me, that we want you to like there. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. All right, and it's right here. and it's called, as I had said, Facebook.com. It says dash here, the Coach's Corner, *S, on the Coach's Corner SIBN Radio. Okay, so if you want to put in SIBN Radio as for short in the search engine right there on Facebook, then it probably will come right on up. So you'll see the picture there. And, we've got thousands of listeners, but, today is an emergency. We need to bring your attention to these other avenues that we really need your help to solidify. And then we have other fan pages. I just want to mention some of them. We got SIBN Atlanta News. We got SIBN Sportscast, because a lot of you guys listen to our sports show right there on SIBN Radio. We have SIBN Television and Radio. We have the Morning Bread Show, which we haven't done anything else with right now because we're looking for guest speakers. And just let me say this, that if you're looking for an outlet to share your thoughts, your spiritual thoughts now, and you are spiritually sound and you need a platform, we have a platform for you. The Morning Bread Show is looking for guest speakers. We have the Morning Bread Show. We have the CATL Show, where we promote unsigned artists, complete with interviews, complete with your music in the backdrop or bed music, complete with even some videos that we've been featuring right there on Facebook, new artists. Then we have the Political Rant and Conversation. Then we have the Keenan Lake Show, which is the newest show online. So we've got some shows that's getting ready to come out. We've got the Truth and Law Show, which is getting ready to come out, and we have Dr. Tanya A. Lowe Show. That pilot is set to come out at the end of this week. So that'll give us well over 12 shows. We've just added the Mobitech Academy show where we're teaching the kids. So we got a lot of fan pages, but they're for each show that we have on our radio station and on our media platforms. Okay, and so getting back to, in case of an emergency, we want you to support us, like us, and then F is for follow us. Follow us. Now, let me just go back for 1 second and say to many of you that on Facebook, when you go into facebook.com/Select USA, a lot of you don't have to just send a friend request, but you can follow us or subscribe to us right there on Facebook so you can be kept up to date with what SIBN Television and Radio is doing. So this is an emergency. We need you to do more than just listen, if you don't mind. If you like, some of you guys come back every week. You are faithful listeners, and we appreciate that, but we don't get but so much analytical data from just listening. So we want you to, we want you to follow us. Follow us on Twitter at Select USA TV, SALETTE USA TV. Follow us on Twitter. If you haven't followed us on Twitter, go ahead on and follow us on Twitter and let us know that you enjoy the program. And if you let us know when you follow us, if you send us a little message, we'll try to follow you back too, because we've not always done that because we're kind of overran with so many things to keep up with. Sometimes we're remiss and don't follow people back, so we apologize for that. But follow us on Twitter, send us a little message, say, hey, I'm now following you, I really enjoy your stuff, man, keep it going, or hey man, I hate what you're doing, but I tune in anyway. You know what I'm saying? Follow us on Twitter. And then we need you to share something we have said. Share it on your Google Plus page. You know what I'm saying? Share it on Twitter. Share it on Facebook. These things help us so much. A lot of times when you hear a particular program that we're airing, within that program's platform, there is usually a button, a social media button. It may say, I want to say it may say like on Facebook, share on Google Plus, LinkedIn, so forth and so on, share on Twitter. Hit those buttons right after you finish listening. Would you do that for us and share to your page so that other people can tap into what it is that we are sharing? Would you do that for us? And then join. So in case of an emergency, join us. We have a new website. We support Select USA TV. You can join there by permission. Once you fill out your application there, that application will go into the admin box, and then we have to approve it. But the purpose of that site is to raise a team, an international team of people who believe in what we're doing. And that website is subscription driven. In other words, if you join that site, you're going to be asked, the premise of joining that site is you're going to be asked to join on a subscription level of your choice. Okay. And if you join and you say, well, I'm not working right now and I'm looking for work, but I really support you, there's some things that I would love to do with your network, then by all means state that in the email or in the message box there when you join, so that we will give you some space and some time, come into agreement with you so that you can elevate your economic mobility, if you will. So in case of an emergency, we want you to listen to us. We want you to watch us. We want you to read the content that we place online. We want you to like us wherever our fan pages and our content is aired. We want you to follow us. And we also want you to share what you have enjoyed and join us in this technological journey as we move forward. We've got a lot of things going on. We're excited. Let me give you an example. We just finished up one of the videos and we're doing more videos with the Mobile Tech Academy students. And the Mobile Tech Academy students are comprised of 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. I want to say we may have 1 or 2 6th graders, but mostly 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders who are in a regular AV / online media class. And they are learning audio, that's A, video, that's V, so that's why it's called AV. And they're able to engage on camera, off camera, on mic, off mic. I mean, we just finished up a little radio show for the kids, and they were talking about what they didn't like at school, what they liked at school, what it was like to make the video, things of that nature. So the Mobile Tech Academy also now has a channel, and the children will be on air probably maybe once a month. I want to say once a month. We'll probably have them on air. And it was just something to see. We failed to remember to take our cameras with us the day that we went for the first radio show, so there won't be any pictures of that, but we're going to try to take pictures next time. But the children really, really enjoyed it, and that's mobile. That's a mobile tech. So let's just say, for instance, if you're in the southeast region of the United States, meaning Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, I want to say South Carolina, North Carolina, Mississippi, I want to say even, you could even go to Florida, for that matter. And you would like for us to have an AV / online media course with your kids. Just say a special crash course where we come in for 3 days, or come in for a week out of the summer, or come in right before school returns. And you want us to be able to, experiment, show the kids how to experiment with technological platforms on a paraprofessional basis. You give us a call. Give us a call at one of our office numbers. I'll give you one of the numbers here. It's 404-910-5019. But we're rarely in that particular office. But you can email us. We respond quicker through an email. You can email us at globalcoverage@selectusatv.info. But the Mobile Tech Academy class is a very, very instrumental class. The kids really love it. They learn photography. They learn videography. They learn a little bit about film. They learn about script writing. They learn about script correction. They learn about script reading. They learn about improv. They learn how to speak, how to pronounce their words. Just a lot of things that they're learning that they can even transfer those same skills over to school. They learn a little bit about dramatic acting. They're learning about sound technology. They're learning, for the radio show, we had one guy who was just in training to be a little DJ. He was the one that started and stopped the music and raised the volume, lower the volume, things of that nature. And so the Mobile Tech Academy is extremely, extremely important to us as we train the next generation to use technological platforms for good, wholesome, and positive media to produce wholesome and positive media. And so if you would like to have, in case of an emergency, you're looking for an innovative program, you're looking for something where these kids will never be bored, we come in with the guns blazing. Okay, we come in with our 35 millimeter cameras. We come in with our HD video cameras. We come in with our monitors. We come in with our laptops, mixers, the whole nine. We have a mobile unit that travels. So if you have a summer camp, you have after school program, and you would like to book a class for your kids, the number of kids in the class is up to 7. It used to be 10, but we broke it back down to 6 or 7 so that the kids will have a more concentrated study. But if you're interested in the class for your group, church group, camp group, so let's say you're having a special project. You're having a special project where the kids, just finished a movie, or the kids are getting ready to do a red carpet, and you want at least 1 or 2 of them, or maybe 3 of them, to be trained to do the media for your organization. We also do that. So the Mobile Tech Academy is extremely exciting, and the kids are fully engaged. I have witnesses, as they say in the Baptist church, that these kids are fully engaged. Now, listen, if you have one child and you live particularly in the Georgia area, and you want that child to be trained for online media and audio and video, along with photography, then all you have to do is send us an email, globalcoverage@SelectUSA.tv. I was talking to a couple of the boys that work with me personally on the technological platforms that I just mentioned, and we're thinking about doing some things in the summertime with rites of passage and mentoring young boys. So if you have a young man between in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade that needs mentoring, let me just say that, you also may want to call, because in our technological platforms, as we train the kids, we also try to encourage them, particularly the boys, to go through a rites of passage. So some of you out there listening may say, "Man, I got a young man. He needs to be in something really, really. He loves cameras. He loves writing. He loves putting beats together. Because we do a lot of music, even with the kids, jingles, all of those kind of things." You say, "Well, hey, I want my kid to hang out with SIB and television and radio this summer." You send me an email, globalcoverage@SelectUSA.tv. In case of an emergency, you can't find a program that keeps that child interest, you need to give us a call, especially if you're in the Atlanta area. Give us a call, and we will be able to give you a price point that's fair, affordable. And if you're let me just say this about low income. If you're low income and you don't have a lot of money, our programs are very extremely reasonable. Talk about the Mobile Tech Academy. Extremely reasonable. It's almost like it's cheaper than taking a private piano class. I'll just say it like that. And the average price for a private piano class today is between $15 and $20 an hour, and we're cheaper than that per child. So you have to have a group, of course, but if I'm talking to those parents who have individuals, 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders, and they need to be in a program such as ours so they can learn radio, they can learn to talk on camera, they can learn how to do interviews, they can learn how to do graphics, they can learn how to do promotion and marketing, they can learn how to do some engineering, they can learn how to model even. If you got a young man who loves fashion and can talk, we put him in front of the camera, we'll train him. And before you know it, you look up on YouTube and he's reporting on something. He's covering some event in the Atlanta area, or in the Florida area, or in the Carolinas. You see what I'm saying? So I wanted to really share with you about the Mobile Tech Academy, because it's extremely exciting that the kids are never bored with the Mobile Tech Academy, because we keep them engaged. I bring to the table 25 years of working with kids in all areas, from detention home to court mandated after school services to in-house school suspensions. I worked at the Cleveland Rape Crisis Center. I mean, so I have a vast background in working with kids. And so people probably wonder, well, how do you work with kids with technology? You know, my kids never break anything. They never act out. And if they do, one of the other kids to correct them because they know they'll get put out. You see what I'm saying? Because these kids love their technological training and they don't want no interruptions. And we, of course, have treats and go out to eat and have pizza and all the other stuff. But by all means, if you're interested in the Mobile Tech Academy, you need to let me know. Again, send me an email, globalcoverage@selectusatv.info. All right. And so I'm trying to think. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is that we are also looking for those of you that are listening to us that would like to have a Radio 101 training and to also perhaps have a show on our media platform or media network. You too can hit us up. Right now we have Dr. Tanya A. Lowe doing Radio 101. So it's a $1,800 value. It's a $1,800 value for us to put you into a pilot program. In other words, you're not paying $1,800, but if you were paying it, if you had to pay to get the training, it would be $1,800. So Dr. Tanya A. Lowe is one of those. Keenan Lake finished his training. He's now in pilot on SIBN Media Networks, and his show, we've got a couple more shows to go before he actually goes on air for good or contractually. And so if you're thinking about a radio show and you would like Radio 101 training, by all means, send us an email, globalcoverage@SelectUSA-TV. My last name is Select, so it's Select USA TV, SALETTE USATV.com. You will be amazed at the things that we learn. Now, we can do radio shows virtually. That means we can do a radio show wherever you are in the United States or in the world. We can do a radio show with you from our studio. And we can also do a radio show in person. So if you are in the Atlanta area and you would like to have your conceptual radio show on the air, then you need to contact us. I'm going to give you a phone number. I'll tell you what, I'll give you a phone number. You can text or call this number. The number is 415-96-RADIO. If you're interested in a show on SIBN television and radio, and you would like to be considered for a pilot for Radio 101, Internet Radio 101, text me, I'm interested, here's my contact information, to 415-96-RADIO. 415-96-RADIO. Text or call that number. And if you call, leave a message, because that's our hotline for being on the air. But more often than not, when we're in between shows, we like to check the voicemail. So text or call that number, 415-96-RADIO, if you're interested in having your own radio program. If you're outside the Atlanta area and you want to have your own program, you want to be considered for a pilot, once again, dial 415-96-RADIO and let us know. So in case of emergency, this is an emergency. We need your support. We need you to listen to us. We need you to watch us. We need you to read the content that we have. Like us, follow us, share, and join. Those of you that join us on We Support Select USA TV, I want to let you know that there are benefits. There are benefits to joining We Support Select USA TV. So whatever happens, consider that. Man, we have really, really enjoyed you taking the time out to listen to this particular show. We had to break away from our regular show because we have to build our support. When we step to our sponsors and our potential advertisers and sponsors, we want to be able to say that you helped us get there. We want to be able to give away prize money and prizes in the future. That we're looking at that for 2014 and 15. But we can't do that without your support. And I want to thank you. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for giving us a chance. Thank you for letting us earn the right to speak into your life. My name is Marcus Sillett, and I am the owner of SIBN Radio, Television and Radio, the senior partner, if you will, but also the host of the Coach's Corner Show. So I thank you so very much for all of your support. Don't forget, tell a friend. And in case of emergency, dial LWRLFSJ. LWRLFSJ. In case of an emergency, we need you to listen, watch, read, like, follow, share, and join. This has been your Coach's Corner host, Marcus Sillett speaking. I'll see you next time. Whatever you do, take care of yourself.